Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good wherever you are. I had been absent, or I have been absent for a short time due to, well, a condition called flu or COVID or whatever you want to call it. And you maybe can hear my voice is not 100% ready, but at least my energy levels are to that point where I'm very interested in what's going on in the world of Brizy Cloud. One of the things that happened recently, and by the way, my name is JP. Welcome to the channel here at Brizy Cloud. One of the things that happened is I was working on a tutorial on blogging and I wanted to offset the blog post by 1. If you don't know what I mean, that's okay. This is just a short little interlude. What happened is it didn't work, so I logged it and then they came back and they said they are aware of the problem. And then Friday night, yesterday morning, I received a little update in the forum that it had been fixed. And then as that happened, I went to check Brizy Cloud out and I found a few other fixes or new things around there. Some of them have been there and others I think are new. The changelog is not out yet, but always, if you are interested in knowing what's going on in the world of Brizy, you can go to the roadmap. And this is the Brizy Cloud Roadmap. And you can get here from going to brizy.io, right? You go to brizy.io and then you just scroll all the way down to the bottom and then you will have your change logs over here for WordPress and Brizy Cloud. And then this one is the roadmap cloud that you select and that will take you to the Trello board. Now, I already have it open here, so let me close these two tabs. And then you have the latest updates that roll out. They are here on the right column, under Done, and then In Progress and Next Up. You can have a look there. Sometimes new things pop out that were not included here, and other times some of these sneak in and not even aware that they are there. So the first one I want to show you is one that had almost caught me once or twice. And I think there are other people I've seen on the forum who've run into this. They had to contact support and try to get the work back because deleting your website was super easy. And once it was deleted, it was gone. So for example, let's say here I have a project which I want to delete. And then you go to the 3 dots and then you will see you have the option here to delete. The problem with this one is if I click here delete, it's gone. Now, if I click on delete, it's going to tell me, please type delete to confirm deletion. Yes, this seems like a big extra step, but for me, I fully approve of this because I've run into this, like I said, nearly once or twice. My heart stopped. And if it has happened to you, you really will appreciate this. So let's type in there delete in capital letters and click OK. And then, ta-da! It has been deleted. So that is the first feature that I found different. It may have been there for some time. I don't know if I have deleted things recently. And with this, it also cleared up another problem. And that is that I had, you can call it legacy projects in here. And then when the new collaboration tool came in, you will see it says collaborate here. Many of these old ones that didn't have collaborate in them, they didn't delete. They were just lying there and they were annoying the living daylights out of me. But now I think with this new feature, if I go to delete, and that one is called Brizy Cloud Stories, and I click on delete or type delete and OK, you will see my Brizy Cloud Stories is no more. The second feature, which I definitely believe is new, which I believe most of you are going to be very excited about, is something I discovered while working on the Wireframes website. So I'll just go to my Synapco sites, and then you see here's the Wireframes. If you don't know about Wireframes, have a look in the description below. If you're in need for some inspiration, you can go have a look at this. Now, I'm making Wireframes basically just templates and pre-made blocks. And currently I have hero, features, gallery, team, testimonials, and contact. Now, how these pages look. So if I go to my hero page, and this is where I truly wish folder systems can come in because I have to search for my hero page. And then you see it's 66 pages. I have to click here at the bottom on 2 and then select hero over here. So what I want to do is click on edit. Takes me into this page. Now, every time I create a new type of block that I want to present here, like testimonials, contact, then I want to use this format that I have here. Now, what I've been doing up to this point, which is not bad, is I'll go here to the bottom right-hand corner and click on Save Layout. And then when I create a new page, so let's go and create a new page. And what shall we call this? Let's say I want to make a countdown section. So add new page, and I'll call it countdown. Example, EX. And then save it. And then I'll click on edit. And if you were sharp, you would have noticed what I'm going to talk about very soon. Now I'll go here and click on add new block, go to layouts. And then I go to saved. Yes, go to saved and then click on layouts. And then this one that I had saved, I can now just import it. I didn't have a problem with that. It really solved a lot of the issues that we were having if you wanted to have the same format. But now, Freddy, there is a new way to do it. I'll clear this page, and I have a little clear. I'm not actually going to work on this page. So let's just say this, save draft, and we go back to our content management system. Let's look for that page again and search for hero. And then I'll click here on the second one, scroll to the bottom. And now you will see next to it, there is a little duplicate function. And even if you edit the page, you click here on hero, you will see that next to the edit function here in the bottom, now it also says duplicate. So you're going to have two places to duplicate that. I'll cancel it because I want to duplicate it from here. Click on that. And then it's going to duplicate the page, and it's going to give you the option to already change the page title. So what I will call this just a new copy. So we have something to reference it with, and then save changes, click back. And then where am I now? Let's clear the filter. It should be at the top. And of course you could have just edited straight from there. Why? There is an X there. It doesn't want to clear it. Let's delete that. Then it should clear it. And where is a new page? What happened here now? Oh, this is on page 2. There we go. A new copy. And now, very easy to duplicate an existing page. While I was going through the roadmap in progress, there's a few here that I got very excited about. But I saw here in progress duplicate pages and projects. And I'm not sure this was added by the community, if I'm not mistaken. Dimi added this back in October 2019. And the title says duplicate pages and projects. Now, the fact that it's still here in progress, I'm not sure if this is the one that they're referring to, because I would really like to see a duplicate project as well, an entire project. And the reason for that is a backup. I would love that at this moment. You know, that would be my workaround for getting a backup in Brizy Cloud. But pages in there, awesome, nice, thank you very much. Let's get projects, duplicate, and then let's get backup as well for that. Interesting, I wonder if there's a backup somewhere in here. So really go and check it out. If you are here under in progress, there's a few here that makes me very excited. 2 of these is the Breakpoints Manager. And if I open it and you can click here on the little screenshot, scroll down, you will see that we will have the option in the future to set the breakpoints. Nice. I'm not too worried about desktop and tablet, but mobile is one where I like to control a little bit more. And then there is add new. Lovely, lovely. Very, very excited about that feature. And then the one just below that, save block filters, because especially in this wireframes project I'm working, I have so many blocks, and some of them are referencing testimonials, some of them are for not contact or something else. And I would just love to be able to filter through them. And if we look here, this is what they're working for in the future within our saved area, that we will have categories. Looking forward to that as well. Yes, please. The last feature is something that was introduced in December. Some people says it worked. I tried at some point to make it work. It didn't work. And I keep seeing the updates making it work. And I've seen a lot about that. So I sat down today and finally got it to work the way I think it is supposed to work. And that is translation. Now you can create a multilingual website currently in Brizy. Very similar to how Translate Press does it for WordPress, which means you can only switch out the translation. You cannot edit the styling of it like you can do in WPML. Let me show you how you're going to do this. So let's exit, go to dashboard, and I'll just go here to my personal projects and we create a new one and we call this translation test. Give me a website in the morning. Right, let's call that translation test, yes? And then edit the project. And we'll do something very simple here. It works very nicely. I cannot complain about it in general. A few hiccups here and there. But if you are in need of a bilingual or multilingual website, the options are there. Let's bring in a very simple block with just a little bit of text. Click on this one here. And then we have this video here, and I'll leave this video placeholder here so that you can also see how that's going to work, or rather not work. Let's publish it, publish page. And now you will see that we have this page. Let's call it in English, The Art of the Smile, long years ago, blah, blah, blah. And now I want to have a bilingual site. Now, luckily, I can speak another language, which is Afrikaans here in South Africa. So what I will do is I'm going to translate this into Afrikaans. And there are two ways that you can do it. One is manual, which I usually prefer. And the other one is automatic if you just need a quick jump start and then make some tweaks afterwards. You go to the content management system where everything is done, your CMS up here, click on that. And then you first have to set up your entire project's translation string / languages. Go here to project settings. Select over here, translate. Now, original site language is English. Yes, sir. And then we click on add new translation. And then I'll select here from the languages, Afrikaans. And now you have the option to make it public. Enable if you want this language to be shown on the site. Yep. So if after a while maybe you've put it in Martian and you decide, no one seems to be speaking Martian or Klingon, you remove it. And I don't think it's actually a selection. Then you have auto translate, which I've not tested. We can try it soon. And then you have auto switch, enabled to automatically redirect visitors based on their browser language. Let's click it here on make it public. I'll only leave that on. And you have to select here on add translation. I was sitting here for a while and I was so confused because I couldn't figure out you have to do that. Now, what I understand is this is not, strictly speaking, multi-language. I will just call it bilanguage because I don't see the option to add a third language at this point. Am I mistaken or not? Not sure. Let me just close here. I just want to check that quickly. Let's go back and then project settings, translate, original. Okay. So if I go back, let's see if I can add another one. Let's add some Chinese in here. I'll do traditional because I can do some. Make it public. And I'm going to put this one on auto translate. Add translation. And let's see now if I click on, okay, I can just click up here on translate. I don't have to exit. Lovely. So now we have set up our translations. We have from English to Afrikaans. And then there's a third one from English to Chinese traditional. This is now the language that you've set for your site. You've actually done here. And what you need to do now is to go on a page-by-page basis to set this up. No idea. I haven't tested this. It says manually translated. Didn't I say automatic? Auto-translate. Switch off if you prefer to show the original strings instead of auto-translate ones. And what does this little thing say? This will automatically translate all strings using third-party services from Google Translate, only available in Pro accounts. And I've got a Pro account, so no tears. Right, so let's see how it works. You have to select a page. So let's go to our pages, and we have the home page here. You select the page over here to go into the pages settings. I guess this is where the auto comes in. And then at the top in this tab area, you select translate. So let's see what happens here. The first one is to select the one you want to work on. You have English to Afrikaans and then English to Chinese. I'm going to select Afrikaans, and you can get all the pages here if you want to do all the translations in one go for all the different pages that you've got. And then you have here text as well as media images, and I'll show you soon what that is all about. Now let's start with this, and I'll just type in your tasteblad. And then long jare terug, baie jare terug, and I'm not going to type a long thing in there. And then the art of the smile. The art, how do I translate that? Die kunst van die glimlach? No, that doesn't work. But I'm going to do a literal translation here because die kunst van die glimlach. Right, and then I say update. And that's it. Let's exit this. And now your number one question on our page is, how do I display this on the front end? If I go and preview it, it will open a new tab in my browser, and it's going to show me my page in English, right? And you will see that if you look up here in your URL, you have that little extension slug there, /en, that shows you it's in English. But hey, Donnie, how do I switch it to Afrikaans so that Donnie can also read it? And for that, you have to put in a language switcher. Go back here. I'll add one at the top. I'll just bring in a new block, create your own. Let's drag it to the top. And I didn't create a menu, but typically this is where you will add it to a menu so that it becomes part of your menu. But in this case, I'll just add it here, and it's an element. Click here, go to your elements drawer, slide down to the bottom and grab the translation element and drop it in there. Now, I'll just leave it like it is for now. Click update. Click on preview again. And we will be directed to the English one, and it will say English at the top. And if I select it, you will see I have Chinese traditional as well as English and Afrikaans. I'll select Afrikaans. And there you see, die kunst van die glimlach, baie jare terug. It switches that. Not too crazy about flags, because flags can have a political problem. I always recommend people do not add flags. As simple as that, unless it's within your own country and you want to do that. But flags can be a little bit of an issue, especially this is English. And how many countries speak English? And we've got the Union Jack over here. Luckily, we have a few options here. I think there's a lot still to be done with this language selector. Select it, go here. And then you will see you have the option to display the name or disable it and only show the flag. Then you can see the full name or just the country code, and you have spacing between the flag and the country code and name. To the flag, you can disable it. You can change the sizing of the flag as well as the spacing. I'm going to disable it. Next, you can actually change the drop-down menu. But look at this. What a mess. The only way to get to that is to click on it. You see the drop-down little menu, and then click on the drop-down menu. If you didn't play around with it, you'd never know there's actually functions here. So you can change the color if you wanted to. I can change the background, and then I have a hover as well. So that when I hover over it, it will show which one is currently hovering. And you have border and shadow as well. Now, the problem I have here is that I don't have an option to arrange the languages. For example, I want English always at the top, and then Afrikaans, and then Chinese. Maybe I can do that in the back end. We'll have a look later in the CMS. Let's update it. Let's go and preview it now, see how that looks. And now we only have the country code. Currently, we're viewing it in Afrikaans. And then you see there, if I put it EN for English, what happens if I put it For Zhongwen Taiwan, I guess that's what the TW is. Ooh, automatic translation has happened very well. Thank you very, very much. And that's automatic translation. I didn't even touch it. Let's go have a look in the back end, though, at the CMS, what happened with the automatic translation. And this is our page. Click on the page, translate. First, I want to see, okay, let's select the English Chinese. So it has already automatically translated it. Can I go ahead and add some standard text? Yes, I can. And then I can update that. So you can add your manual text afterwards, make changes here if you see there are a few snags, which I'm pretty confident there will be. Before we look at images, I just want to go to the project settings and see if we can rearrange. There goes my voice again. If we can rearrange these guys. No. Right, so no way to order the languages in the selector, and also no way to actually change the naming. You know, for example, we had the ZH-TW. I wish there's a way that I maybe could have changed that naming. That would have been great as well in the selector. Few suggestions that we can throw for that language switcher. Right, so let's quickly look at images. Close this here and let's bring in an image over here. And this is also important because many times you will need to bring an image with a piece of writing on it that's in the language that you want to have translated. So you want to prepare 2 images for that. Let's bring in a rando in here. I learned this from Disney Plus. Only murders in this building. Didn't know this word rando. I'm so out of touch. Right, so let's click here. Okay, and let's update. This is our image. But we want in Afrikaans and for Chinese, we want different images. We want something there, an image that will display the correct translation in the image. Let's go back to our CMS and then select the page that we are translating, translate. And now you go to type. Text strings are just a big word for text. And then media. And you will see this image is the one that we now want to replace. And you have the option here because we're working with Afrikaans to replace the image for Afrikaans. So I'll just grab some random image. What is this? Is it a PNG? And I'll update that. And let's go for English to Chinese. And let's change that to this course. LMS I was working on, update. Now the idea is now that when you switch between your pages, the images will also switch as you have set it here. So if I go to Afrikaans, it's supposed to show this one. And I say supposed to. So I'll just update here again because I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or whether it takes some time. Let's close that. I'll update it again for good measure. Preview. And now we open which page? Now this time it's in Chinese. And you will see it brings in Dupijep here again. And if I select Afrikaans, it brings in Dupijep again. It didn't switch the image. So not clear if it needs some time to think in the background and on the server and then serve up the right image, or whether this is a snag. But if it is a snag, I would recommend when you are making a website and you are doing multi-language that you make sure that you use images that can be used all over on the various translations. You have that option at this moment to translate, but you do not, well, it seems to me that the image is not working properly. Something that should be fixed because I saw in the thumbnails it was fixed. Now, the only thing I want to say here, I mentioned at the beginning, it follows the same way as Translate Press, not the same way as WPML. My problem is that sometimes, especially in Afrikaans, we have a word in English, but in Afrikaans, that word is like 20 letters long, but in English, it's maybe only 5 letters long. And now I have this nice big heading, but when I look at it in Afrikaans, it is just too big. and I would like to change the font size of only the Afrikaans one. And this method that we have currently here in Brizy Cloud for multi-language will not do that. You have to remember that. And that is a problem for many other languages like Chinese, Japanese, and for languages that maybe even write from right to left. Those are issues because sometimes the font, if you put it on 16 and you write Arabic, that can be really, really small. That would be something that I would really like to see. But am I impressed with this? Yes, I am, because this is a great feature. I used to do a lot of multilingual websites a few years ago. Recently, I don't. They're mostly all in English, but this is a great addition. That's a wrap then for this Sunday. A nice little cold day as we are entering full winter here in South Africa. And I hope wherever you are, you're keeping well and safe. And then I'll see you in the next video.